Everybody, it's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. And today on the show, we have a new friend, somebody I'm just getting to know, but I've heard a lot about. We've got Elias with Theoretical Tech. How you doing today?
You're going today, Jerry?
You doing good?
Doing good.
So what you been up to on this Sunday so far?
Just hanging out. Just woke up relatively recently. Just getting started with the day.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of work on the weekends with your business and all of that?
Sometimes. I do kind of whenever it's necessary, whenever it's like scheduled, whenever I have to do it.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us before we get into all the deep questions? Why don't you tell us about yourself, where you're from, and all that, and about your company or your projects that you have?
Yep. My name's Elias. I'm 24 years old. I was born and raised in Lansing. Been here my whole life. Love Lansing to death. Only place I know. My project's Theoretical Tech. It's a company. But I really operate as a freelancer, as a sole proprietor. But I'm going to be looking to get to that next level of making it, getting a payroll of employees and all that.
So you're like a DBA or something. You're not an LLC.
Yeah, I do it all under my own name.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be changing that really soon. I tried it initially when I was 19. I tried to make it as an LLC, but it's a little too complicated like that.
Yeah. Well, you come to us and come to Leap, and we can help you do that type of stuff if you'd like. But that's a different thing we'll talk about. I'm sure you got it under control by now anyway. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things for me to ask about in the beginning there. You love Lansing. Where'd you graduate from high school?
So I went to the Ole College. It's like this little high school inside of Lansing Community College.
What's it called?
The Ole College.
The only college?
So like I have a speech impediment, so like I can never say it.
So oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's called
Ole. I got it.
Like Ole, like the Ole ball catches the wall.
Yeah, early college.
Yep.
So was that all 4 years? Of
so
college? Or two? Or 4 years of high school?
It's 3 years. So like you start when you're at the beginning of your junior year. So at the beginning of junior year, then you stay junior year, your senior year, and then you have one extra year in order to finish all the classes because you graduate at the same time. You graduate with a diploma and a degree at the same time.
Okay. So your diploma is in it was for high school, and then your degree was computer programming?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Did you have another degree or just like did you go on to Michigan State or anything like that?
As soon as I got my degree, I immediately stopped. Went directly into doing Theoretical Tech actually. Yep. I graduated high school and college at the same time in 2015. I got the degree in computer programming, and I immediately started Theoretical Tech. When you
told me that you started Theoretical Tech when you were 19, I was thinking, all right, how did he go? He must have went to school or something, but this is very cool. So we got a lot more questions to ask about the early college and about LCC. I'm going to put that to the side for just 1 second. We talked for like 20 minutes before we went live. Sorry, I didn't, I guess I don't even know how to talk, so I'm just going to talk about it. I didn't pick up on your speech impediment.
That's good.
And you just said that. Just want to make sure that, sorry about that. I didn't mean if I was insensitive or anything. And, don't notice it, don't see it, and
I always say it if I have to. If like you really just can't, someone can't understand. Like, what does he say? And I know it's like I have to explain it because then it's like, why is he see?
But it's I'm also shocked a little bit that I never heard of the early college. But I think I have.
Man, no one ever does. I know that it's still going on now, and they literally give you like $25,000 in just free classes. I literally didn't spend a dime in my degree. It was all just paid for. And on top of that, you don't have to have any good qualifications, really. Like you just have the only qualification is that you passed all your classes up until that point. You could have got all D's and still made it in.
Oh, this is awesome. We got to put some, I'll dig up some information and put it
That's
in the bio and all that here.
You have community stuff and everything that like absolutely that is a place that needs to be highlighted. They are really just amazing over there. They try so hard of you, and they give you so many and yeah, it's really beautiful school.
Do you think that you have an advantage, a disadvantage, or the same probability of, like, let's say somebody going to high school, then going to a 4-year college, and then graduating with programming? Do they have an advantage over you, or are you up to par with them?
I would say I'm better, honestly. I'm just kidding. No, I would say I'm just, it's the same thing. It's a degree in computer programming. It's a degree. So it's not a bachelor degree. It's an associate degree. But yeah, I didn't feel it was necessary to go on. I was so eager to start my own thing. I was tired of listening to other people like, do this assignment. I want to pick my own assignments,
you and I have only met each other face to face or like this today. But I'd seen you doing some work for the last couple of years and really pushing your stuff out there. And I mean, you seem to be popping up all over the place. So I knew you were going to have a really kick-ass answer. I thought you were going to go maybe to another way that programmers sometimes will answer is everything you really learn about programming is by programming, not necessarily reading a book and going to school.
Yeah, and that's probably something I should point out too. I started coding when I was 14 years old. I taught the majority of stuff that I know that I use day to day. I taught myself from YouTube videos. That's just being honest. The majority of the stuff I do use every day, I taught myself. Don't get me wrong. The degrees really help you. It didn't really help me so much because I never applied for a job. I never tried to use it. It would have helped me then. But it did teach me a lot about desktop software. I learned all about C#, Java, and a lot about mobile application development. When I was graduating, Swift, the programming language that Apple invented, just came. So I was learning about Swift, C#. I learned so much stuff in college.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love your attitude. See, at the Fledge, I often say that jobs are dead, and I don't really mean it all the time. Like, there's still going to be jobs, but there's also a lot of tech that we can put to work for us and make money while we sleep, right? Make money while we sleep. I got a blockchain shirt on.
That's cool.
And I just, I think that it's really cool what you've done. Fonda, the biggest fan of every entrepreneur in Lansing, by the way, is watching right now. And she says that she loves your energy. And I was going to say something very similar. I love your energy. I love your attitude towards this. And I love your ability. I mean, this is pure entrepreneur, right? You didn't spend 20 years saying, oh my God, I hate this job. You just said, I'm going to hate a job. I'm jumping into this other thing. And you got a really great energy, man. Really great energy.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So you never went to, where'd you go to junior high at least, man? You're a Mustang or.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school. I went to Resurrection Catholic School, down Resurrection. And before that, I went to IHM, Immaculate Heart of Mary.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us about maybe your favorite customers or, whatever. I'm sure all your customers are your favorite, but you know what I mean.
Yup. So Theoretical Tech, I represent 25 businesses in Lansing. A lot of them are restaurants, but they're everything really. I promote them on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, all the major social media platforms. I also help them with the Google accounts and the websites, the main thing. And also some of them will ask me to build some of them, the entrepreneurs themselves. So they'll say, hey, I want to start something new. I want to build an app. So I'll get another project from a business owner who wants to build an app. Or and websites is a big part of what I do.
That is so. Well, let me ask you something. How are your restaurants doing in COVID? Because I know, they got to close down or they've got limited capacity or they've got to switch over to a delivery service that's going to take tons of their money. Uber Eats, for example.
Yep.
How are your guys doing? Your customers doing?
Yep. So yeah, in the beginning, it felt really crazy because it felt like the ending of it felt like America was falling. Like it felt because like it felt all my customers were calling me saying like we have to shut down. Like it felt just so crazy. I never experienced anything like it. Right when in March when it first happened, it was literally like a volcano, man. But we had to adjust using technology. We had to get on DoorDash and Uber Eats. That was like the first thing we did. Actually, a lot of my customers, we immediately had to sign up on these platforms. So we could start pushing delivery. We ramped up social media every month. I used to do an ad every week. I started doing an ad for Mo Wings, Pablo's Restaurants, Tacos y Mas every single day. When that happened, to really push it out. But yeah,
wait. Who?
Yeah,
Tacos y Mas, Mo Wings. Who else?
Pablo's Restaurants.
All my favorite restaurants. You've cornered all my favorite restaurants.
Hell yeah. Yeah, love those guys. All of them.
So sorry I interrupted, but you got all them up and running because I've ordered. Well, I think I ordered from every single one of them since the pandemic and on Uber Eats or something.
Yep, and Pablo, we tried doing direct delivery.
Okay, I know I've gotten. Did that work out for them?
It did, and during COVID, absolutely. When it was only curbside pickup and you couldn't go in. Now dine-in's open, so now we're kind of back, honestly. But before that, it was like Pablo's is more of a dine-in spot. It's more of a place where you go to have like it's like the Mexican Olive Garden, you know. It's like the place you go to have like really good Mexican food, the best. And when you go but a lot of people didn't really do the curbside thing, so we switched to delivery, and a lot more people did delivery.
Oh, that's nice. So are they coming to you with these ideas, or do you come to them with the ideas?
Well, so it's my job to think of stuff like that for them. It's my job to do stuff like this for them. Think of the idea, I present it to them. Sometimes I'll just do it, but other times I'll let them know.
Yeah, that's amazing. We really love Pablo's or Pueblos, and yeah. So thanks for keeping that so it could be delivered because. And Mo Wings I never had when it was just open. I only had it through the delivery or whatever it was.
Oh, hell yeah, yep.
Yeah, so you're amazing, man. We should have got to know each other a long time ago.
I've tried to meet you a few times, but like I've been to Fledge so many times just to hang out. But I don't see you so much. But I only went there like twice, 3 times.
Well, I'm sorry I missed you. We could have got a lot more done in the last couple of years if we wouldn't have been screwing around, not knowing each other.
Oh yeah. So tell me about you. Tell me about what's the deal with Psychedelic Society.
What? Me in the Psychedelic Society or the Fledge in the Psychedelic?
The thing you're doing.
Well, the Michigan Psychedelic Society, they were, you're the only person to ever ask me a question back. So thanks for doing that, by the way. They were having meetings here until COVID, maybe the meeting before they didn't have here. But they are advocates for decriminalization and legalization of psychedelics, especially in the medical space. And I wouldn't even say medical, I should say healthcare space, where we talk about like the research that's being done where it helps with PTSD or depression or people with substance use disorder. So it's a way to look at psychedelics not as some war on drugs thing, which we're not big advocates of the war on drugs. We believe the war on drugs is a war on us. And we believe that harm reduction is the only way to go. So if people, have a substance use disorder, it's first, let's keep them alive. And we don't necessarily have to fix them and change them all the time. In some countries that are more enlightened than us, substance use disorder, a person with an addiction can live a normal life with that addiction. And it's really about keeping them alive and keeping them safe and keeping people around them protected and loved and all of that. So
really beautiful.
It's one of the reasons that I'm interested in the psychedelic.
You're the only person who would do that. Like you're the only person who would do that. That's really cool of you, amigo. That's really cool.
Well, thank you very much. I'm not sure that I'm the only person that would do that, but I am one of the few maybe that is very interested in making sure that we keep science moving forward and not letting politics and bias and things that aren't kind of mathematical and scientific and full of love and compassion. I don't know. We got to keep the needle moving forward. And when we ban books and do prohibition and don't understand things, it's usually not to move us forward. It's usually to kind of hold us back.
Exactly. Couldn't agree.
So you asked me a question. Now I'm going to come back to you with a question. The name of the show is Every Damn Day. What's something that you do every damn day to kind of push the needle forward, or get on your mission, or get you ready for the day, or anything?
Well, to be totally real, it's I joint. I smoke a joint and every morning, wake and bake. Get started with the day. It helps get me creative, get the ideas going, and it helps me get motivated. It puts me a little on edge. And it kind of reminds me that. It reminds me what I got to do. It really motivates me. Also, coffee. Doing with coffee is dope too. Coffee.
You like?
Yeah.
That sounds like my honeymoon in Jamaica. Definitely had to have the.
I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry. We lost you a little bit because I think I was talking. What'd you say there?
You said that's your Jamaica, and I said that's my every damn day.
Oh yeah. So. Does that helps you get in the mindset for programming? I know a lot of programming that they'll go way into the night and they'll smoke weed, and they don't always want to admit it, but most of them do.
It helps you. It helps you get a new perspective. Like if you'll really focus on tunnel vision and not think of any good ideas, if you smoke, it helps you. It helps you think outside the box. Is all. It really does.
You want to answer this question or don't answer? You've been smoking weed for a long time? Do you smoke it with a card, or now that it's legal? I forgot how old you said you are now. 24? Yeah.
24.
So it's legal, right?
Yeah, totally legal. It's totally legal. I go to homegrown. Can't. I feel weird shouting them out because they're not my customer yet. But yeah, I go to homegrown a lot. I really love them. Get pre-rolls,
Yeah.
But I've been doing it since way before that,
Yeah. Well, I really admire your energy, your courage. Fonda's saying thanks for keeping it real. Out there. My new friend here. She has a YouTube channel, that lady, Miss Betty, and I think her name is Sean. I'm sorry. I can't go look it up right now, but Sean, I think, is also saying that she agrees with some of what we're saying about addiction and PTSD with the use of psychedelics and all of that.
Yep.
So yesterday on the show, I had Mila, and she is an artist, and she's a very cool artist. Maybe you should meet her sometime. Oh yeah, you said you watched that show. I was very impressed with her. I can't wait to see her art and go to her show on November 4th. She wants to know from you, her question to you is, what do you think the next big thing in tech is?
Definitely AI. Definitely AI.
AI is artificial intelligence for anybody that's not tech savvy.
Yep. And AI is very easy to do too. When fundamentally, it's just like in basic programming, you know about the if statement, right? I'm sure you do. You have coding club, right?
Me?
Yep. Do you know about the if statement?
I built and sold 2 software companies.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you know the if statement, right?
Yeah.
If this is true, do this. If this is not true, do this. AI is just a really complicated version of that. Really complicated. That's all it is. It really is. It's making decisions based on criteria that you set. And it's that's all it is. I think it's gonna get really advanced to a point where it's gonna be uncomfortable. People are gonna be like angry about how in like 20 years, I think it's gonna be just all the rage. I think it's gonna be almost like a new kind of life in its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you, there's kind of a continuum of different things. There's the machine learning, there's natural language learning, and then there's this AI that's this real intelligence, right? That I think might even go beyond the if then else type of statement. What do you think of how far do you think AI is right now? I mean, do you think that a computer's as smart as you?
I think it's crazy far right now. To be honest, like a lot of the newest stuff is still being experimented with, so it's not like out there on commercial use, but it's very prominent. It's really insane.
Did you read about like some of the things that fascinate me are like Google's AI is dreaming and it's leaving remnants of things in its memory, and it kind of scrapes back through and sees them and presents them again. And have you read much about that?
I haven't, not about that in particular. That's amazing. I didn't know that. You say Google's is leaving remnants. Tell me about that.
Well, just it's what they're saying is that their AI, and I can't remember what its name is. They all have an cute name or whatever, is basically dreaming. And so while it's got its brain that it's using, and it's got its part that's not being used. When it's not being used, it's still kind of subconsciously doing things.
It's amazing.
And that's very interesting to me. And where things that chaos theory is super interesting to me. It's how we run the fledge. We run the fledge with fractals, and we build fractals up to create complexity that creates uncertainty, that lets us not have to plan, but rather wait for order to emerge. And then we kind of gather nuggets of order that emerge. So instead of, so then when you've got AI, and it's going out and doing things we can't predict, let's say like Jurassic Park, where they thought they had everything under control, but it went crazy when, like a male flipped to female, or a female flipped to male, whatever, and started reproducing without the male or whatever it was. But things like that can't be predicted, that scares everyone from AI, right? They think the world's going to get taken over by robots immediately.
It's not going to be immediate, but
but inevitably.
Yeah, I think so. I honestly think so. It's way smaller than us, and what's sad is that we're actually setting the criteria. Like we're making these things, and but we make these things so they can add on to themselves. So it's we're making this, but we're also giving them the ability to edit and manipulate their own code.
Do you think that this is the next evolution of the human? It's the next dominant species?
It is, but it's important to remember that, we want to know the truth. Secret of the whole universe.
Yes.
Okay. You're God, pretending you're not, because that'd be the only way you could have the experience of you. It's a simulation. You're God. It's only just you. We're all one. It's all just a show. It's yin and yang. It's like in order to have anything, you got to have everything.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, still, you got it. In order to have anything, you got to have everything.
You and I are a lot alike when I was your age. I used to talk about everything being true, and therefore everything's false, but then therefore everything's true.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Why is hot? Because it's not cold. Well, why is cold? Because it's not hot. The two sides of the same coin.
Doesn't the second degree of thermodynamics say that everything loses heat, right? So it travels in that direction unless you put energy back in?
Yes, order into disorder. Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. You excited about this?
I am.
Yeah. I can tell. This is a good subject. You and I need to have a coffee and a joint.
We do. We really do.
Yeah. Talk about this tech a little bit more. So tomorrow on the show, I have Ezra and Marshall Kelly. They are twins. They are working on an album right now. They've got an art career, a musical career. They go on their own. They stay together. Their musical career is a group called Non-Binary. And so what question would you like to have, or would you like me to pass on to them tomorrow?
Yup, and you told me about them. They seem really cool. How do you start your painting with? What do you do to actually paint? Because I've never painted before. I don't know about it, and I want to know what do you do to get inspired, and what makes you want to.
So like what, like a ritual they might have to get ready, or okay.
I have it's like before I start, I do, what I already said, but and I want to know what they do.
And what do you do? Because that's always the question. What do you do before you start programming?
Well, before I start programming or make an advertisement, always spark up a joint. Usually like before, because I have to do something to get motivated. I have to do something, so that's what I do. So I'm wondering what they do.
Okay, I will definitely pass that on to them. So let me just talk about a little bit of Fledge business real quick. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get reminders of great shows like this. 99 Problems, but a Pitch Ain't One is a week from today at 3 p.m. Love to have you come pitch an idea there if you'd like to sometime. And 10,000 Fledges is now airing every Tuesday at 3 p.m. And this coming up Tuesday is going to have some live video of one of our planning sessions to see kind of what we talk about there. And yeah, I think that's all. Maybe there's something else, but what would you like to take us out with? Well, tell us something. I mean, how can we, I'm going to put your website and all that stuff, but give a shout out to Theoretical Tech and tell us about an event or something.
Theoretical Tech, best businesses in Lansing, Pavel's Old Town, Tacos y Mas, Mo Wings, Perfect Chinese Restaurant. Have you tried Perfect Chinese?
What is it?
Perfect Chinese?
No, I don't think so. Where's that one at?
It's on Holmes Road. On
Holmes and MLK and that?
Holmes and MLK. Yep, it's in the Logan Plaza.
Oh, right in the...
Amazon's doing all that stuff. Right there.
Yep.
Chinese restaurant. It's perfect. It really is. It's the best. Italian Village Pizza in the Lansing Mall. I should probably have talked about that a little bit more. A big thing, a lot of my customers are in the Lansing Mall. And that's the best place to go shop. Best place. Lansing Mall, Lansing Athletics, Italian Village Pizza, the best pizza in Lansing, point blank.
Fonda Brewer's going nuts right now because you just called out the Lansing Mall, and she's a trustee with the Delta Township. So
yeah,
I'm
gonna be helping you a lot more from the a lot more from the Lansing Mall. But hell yeah, in La Cocina Cubana downtown, love that place. My newest customer. I was actually a customer there first. I was eating inside the restaurant, and she came up to me and she was like, I see you do everyone's ads but me.
Oh wow, that's you created the fear of missing out for everybody in the Lansing Mall, huh?
Heck yeah. But hell yeah, they're all the best though, and thank you so much, Jerry. I think you're really cool. One more thing I wanted to tell you is on Christmas Eve, 2018, I was in the Fledge smoking weed. And that's probably how I leave it off. And yep.
Christmas Eve 2018. I don't even remember.
You get it stoned in the Fledge. First time I was there, I was like, man, this place is awesome.
Did you break in or something, or were we open?
Well, I'm really close friends with one of your friends, and he had a key. I don't want to name the friend just because but yeah, he had a key. We just chilled in there, and it was honestly one of the best Christmas I ever had. It was really fun.
All right, I wouldn't be mad at him. That was a couple years ago, and all of that. So, but we're going offline, and I'm gonna find out who that is.
Yeah.
All right. This was spectacular. Thank you so very much. Theoretical Tech. Look for the website and all of that in the description. Love you all. Great interview. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. See you, everyone.